Good evening. This is CTV News for Monday, November 21st. I'm Denise Douglas.
And I'm Patricia Vallone. Glad to have you with us tonight. Well, Casa de Maryland stages a protest at Immigration and Customs Enforcement headquarters this morning to push for the release of an undocumented woman who has been held in jail.
Justicia! Ahora! ¿Por quién? Por Wendy!
Calling on ICE to let Wendy Urichi Contreras come home for the holidays after spending more than 4 months in detention away from her husband and 2 American-born children.
Me duele en el corazón.
It pains my heart.
Porque yo me siento incapaz de afrontar las cosas.
Because I feel incapable of facing this by myself.
Porque yo no puedo sustituir a su mamá.
I am not capable of replacing their mother.
Por favor, inmigración, dele la oportunidad a Wendy, tanto como por ser madre, por ser una líder comunitaria.
We are asking INS to please give this mother and an activist for her community a chance to stay with us.
And Urichi Contreras has been detained at the Virginia Peninsula Regional Jail in Williamsburg, Virginia since July 10th. She is expected to be deported at any time.
An Upper Marlboro family is lucky to be alive after an early morning blaze ripped through their home. Firefighters were called to a home in the 2700 block of Largo Road around 3:30 a.m. Michael Pryor, the homeowner, was able to get his wife and daughter out. Pryor says he believes the fire began outside near a deck and spread into his kitchen.
We're on well water. We called the fire department. It seemed to take them a while to get here, but when they got here, the first truck only had one pump or one hose. Then the other trucks got here, and there's a fire extinguisher down the street here, but they said it was inoperable. So I guess what I'm saying is, because we're on well water, there should be more extinguishers on this road for people like us. Of course, this puts a damper on Thanksgiving and Christmas, because I know that it's going to take at least 6 months to maybe a year to get back in here. So I guess the blessing is that I'm thankful that we're still here.
Damage to that property is estimated at $150,000. Officials say the home had a working smoke detector. In terms of the cause, that is still under investigation.
Police investigate the cause of a single vehicle crash in Fort Washington that took the life of a man. It happened in the 13,000 block of Old Fort Road. Investigators say the car was traveling northbound when it left the road, struck a tree, and came to rest in a creek. The car was discovered this morning by crews that were working in the area. Police also say they believe that the accident may have happened overnight. The identity of the driver has not been released.
Drivers, your vehicle may be tracking you whether you know it or not. Many motorists are unaware that their cars are equipped with black boxes that collect information seconds before a crash. According to AAA Mid-Atlantic, law enforcement agencies, including those in Prince George's and Montgomery counties, and state police are using the data to determine who is at fault in fatal or serious collisions. The Auto Club says investigators and prosecutors will issue subpoenas and obtain search warrants for access to the data recorder and airbag control module. While they must have an owner's consent or court order, there is no legal standing if the title holder is deceased.
Maryland is set to receive millions in federal grant funding for crime victims. Governor Larry Hogan announced that $46 million will be distributed to 99 agencies and nonprofits statewide. The money will be used to provide assistance, services, and treatment for residents who have been victims of crime. Prince George's County will receive more than $2.3 million. About $287,000 will go to the University of Maryland, and Dimensions Healthcare System will get $724,000, and $676,000 will be awarded to the Community Advocates for Family and Youth, also known as CAFE.
Dozens attend a public forum over the weekend examining the relationship between law enforcement and minorities in Baltimore. As communities nationwide look for ways to bring about oversight and build trust, measures such as body cameras are helping to provide transparency to officer-civilian encounters. Prince George's County is preparing to launch a pilot program of its own. Chief Hank Stawinski says his department is in the process of assessing which patrol squads to equip with cameras first.
From that point, we're going to expand the program into the future. What we're doing is being very deliberate about the launch because we don't want to fully implement across one of the biggest departments in the country and then find out we did something very wrong and then have to go back and correct it. So we're doing it in steps so that we're responsible in terms of our policy, we're responsible in terms of how we're using those dollars and making certain that we don't make a huge investment that turns out not to be the right investment.
Meantime, the nomination of conservative Senator Jeff Sessions of Alabama to serve as Attorney General has civil rights groups questioning whether improving the relationship between police and minority communities will be a high priority in the Donald Trump administration.